Well guys, there you go, two of the dormers soffitted. Soffitted? Is that a word? Good morning everyone. And a cool one at that. I think it's 44 degrees out right now. But I'll take that after the last week of warm weather and a couple days of rain here. But I did manage to go and get the windows for the dormers yesterday, along with some white continuous soffit strip. This stuff comes in two colors, dark brown or white. So I picked up the white, thinking I'm going to spray it with this Rust-Oleum khaki, and hopefully it'll match the soffit material, which is a cedar, fairly well. You know, obviously there's going to be different colors, but there's different colors in the cedars. So then I'll tie back those dormers, set the windows. Then what I think I'm going to do, I have this 3-inch cedar, 3.5-inch cedar beveled siding that was in my storage shed for 150 years, it seems like. I'm going to do the faces of the dormers, just the faces, with that cedar to give it kind of the horizontal siding look compared to all the vertical. And then the sides on it, I'm going to go back to the board and batten, because obviously I don't have enough of the cedar, but it's a good way to burn it up. So I think that'll look nice up there, a little bit of a contrast with the different patterns and siding. So stay tuned. Okay guys, notice how everything goes into a system. If you've seen earlier when we papered and ice and watered the deck, we ran ice and water up the walls onto the deck, same within the front and around. Then we put our tins in, shingled, And I just installed this Tyvek, or house wrap I should say. Tyvek being a name brand. But and that'll go over the tins in case the siding ever leaks. This will stop it from sitting against the wood and letting it run down. And then when it comes to the windows, I always wrap my Tyvek around for giving that extra little bit. Then on the bottom, and they make this stuff in a 9-inch flexible. This stuff I currently had in the storage shed, so I figured I'd burn this up. It's not real flexible or anything, so you cut the corners, but that's all right. But they do make a 9-inch flexible, and you can actually work it in, or 8-inch, something like that. I just, like I said, happen to have this on hand. So now a lot of people put a piece of beveled cedar siding to give it a positive flow outwards. I don't tend to do that because windows nowadays are pretty dang watertight. I just put that stuff down on the sill just in case it ever does have a little bit of a leak. I'm going to wrap it around. Now if you want, you can go ahead and caulk around the edges. Set your vinyl window in. Then what I do is that 4-inch tape, we run that along the two sides, and then across the top we fold this back over, staple it down, and that window is probably never ever going to leak. Anyhow, that's basically how I prep a window opening, at least in this scenario with this. The downstairs windows with the board and batten are going to be a different story. That's going to require a little bit more care and watchfulness. But we'll get to that when we get to it. Okay, I'm ready for a couple windows. Might stick in a shim underneath just to give it a little air space. That way when we insulate around the inside of them, we can get a little insulation underneath. And then I just put a little bead of caulk around the two sides and top. Again, because if there's ever a leak, we want the water to be able to run out, so we don't do it on the bottom. And there's window number one. I'll put that other window in. And if these clouds stay around, I'll start working on the soffits on this thing so I can get it sighted. So guys, I didn't videotape starting any of this, just due to the fact that I've never done it before, so I didn't know how well it was going to go into place. So what I'll do, probably videotape this other side while I'm doing that, and I'll videotape running them up here. But I gotta tell you, that cedar really looks nice in those soffits. So stay tuned and stick around and watch. We'll have some fun. Okay guys, two of the dormers now have soffit. And both have continuous soffit vent run down that stripping there. That way air exchange cold air can come in, hot air can go out through the ridge vent. Well guys, I think they turned out pretty decent there, considering how I've never done soffit quite in this direction or this fashion. Took a little bit on that first one to figure out the angles and stuff, but once I got the angles down, it went pretty nice. But boy, I gotta tell you, sure is warm up on that roof again. I had to lay out that blanket just to keep from scuffing up the shingles. Okay guys, I will now leave you with this little critter. Hope you enjoyed this episode. In our next episode, we'll be taking a trip down to southwestern Minnesota to pick up a special item for the cabin, along with getting the siding on these dormers. So until next time everyone, take care out there and stay safe. See you on the next one.